say Deadwood Ikta Wati. I live at Deadwood. Or if you live in some other state, you could say Minnesota Ikta Wati. California Ikta Wati. Okay, let's talk about the other person. And use duktel, which means where. Duktel seratiha. Or as men would say, duktel seratihwa. Then you could name a place. Pine Ridge Iktati. Meaning she lives at Pine Ridge. Okay, just briefly, let's talk about that word ikta and others like it. Ikta is similar to English prepositions at, to, under, through, over, with, and so forth. Ikta is in Lakota called a postposition instead of a preposition. In English, these prepositions are positioned before the phrase. In Lakota, these postpositions come after the phrase, postpositional phrase. Like we could say at Rapid City. At is in front of Rapid City. In Lakota, we say Rapid City, Ikta. So Ikta comes after the location, and therefore we call them postpositions. Okay, other postpositions in Lakota are gichi, meaning with. Gichi. Gichi. Duktel seratiha. Where does Sarah live? Mary Gichi T. Mary Gichi T. She lives with Mary. Okay, we talked about a couple earlier. One of them was misakib. Next to me, beside me. Isakib means next to, and just adding that M in front of it makes it next to me. Misakib. Dukta seratiha. Sarah misakib ti. Okay, another one is, of course, isakib, beside, next to. Dukta seratiha. Sarah, the subject, Mary isakib, next to Mary, T, lives with, or lives. So Sarah Mary Sakib T, Sarah is the one that's living somewhere, and she lives next to Mary. Okay, we could also, Misakib has the person in her, which is me. But if we say Isakib, it could also talk about something else besides the third person. We could say, Sarah Chanku Isakib T. Chanku meaning road. Sarah Chanku Isakib T. Another of these postpositions is Oha, which means among. So we could say, Sarah Washichu Oha T. Washichu means Caucasian. Sarah Washichu Oha T. Sarah lives among Caucasians. Okay? Another one of these postpositions is akan. Akan. Akan, meaning on or on top of. So we could say Sarah baha akan ti. Sarah baha akan ti. Sarah lives on top of the hill. And all of these things a person could say for themselves too. We could say Nebraska ikta wati. Before we were talking about Sarah, and so we just used T. Now I am talking about myself, so I would put in wa. Nebraska ikta wati. Or I could say Rebecca kichi wati. Rebecca kichi wati. However, I can't say misakib wati because misakib is beside me, wati is I live, and I can't live beside myself. Okay, so I can say nisakib, which means you. Nisakib with an N. Nisakib wati. I live next to you. Mini aglagla wati. Mini aglagla wati. Aglagla is very similar to isakib. Isakib means beside, next to. Aglagla means alongside. Very little difference. Mini aglagla wati. I live along the water or the river. Washitu ohawati. I live among Caucasians. Baha'akan wati. I live on top of the hill. Okay? Another one is ochlate. Ochlate. And that means under. Ochlate. Ochlate. Cha ochlate wati. Cha ochlate wati. Cha means tree or wood. I live under the trees. Listen to these sentences and see how much you understand. Duktelia tikta hai. Duktelia tikta hai. Duktelia tikta hai. Of course, men would end that with ho. Okay, here's another one. Misaki bya tikta hai. Misaki bya tikta hai. Misaki bya tikta hai. Misaki tishniya. Misaki tishniya. That's a little rude. Baha'akan watikta. Baha'akan watikta. Okay, here's another word. Dua. 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 That means who. Dua kichi yati hai. Dua kichi yati hai. Dua kichi yati hai. Okay, if you remember, kichi means with. Yati means you live. So if dua means who, then the sentence dua kichi yati hai means who do you live with? Okay, let's talk about another verb that uses the wa and the ya affixes. This word is sloya or sloye. Okay, it depends on sloya is used with questions, and sloye is a factual statement. Okay, if we talk about the other person, we would say Mary sloye. Mary knows. Mary knows something here. Mary sloye. Okay, if you want to say you know, second person, you would say slow ya hai. Remember, the verb already has one ya in it. So therefore you need to add another ya in there to indicate you. Slow ya hai. Hai making it into a question, or ho for men. Slow ya ho. Do you know? Okay. To say I know, you would say slow ya. I know. Slow ya. It's the same for males and female speakers because yeah at the end is part of the verb already. Slow ya. Di la okate. Slow ya. That conversational exchange was, it's very hot. And the other person says, I know. Slow ya. And if somebody asks you a question that you really don't know the answer to, then you could say, Slowayeshni. 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 I don't know. Or you could say, Sloyayeshniha. It's got that ya in there. You. Sloyayeshniha. I have the shni in there too, plus the ya. So that sentence means, don't you know? Sloyayeshniha. Sloyayeshniha. If you'd like to say, I don't know nothing, remember that Lakota uses double negatives, then you would say, Dakuni slowayeshni. Dakuni slowayeshni. Dakuni slowayeshni. Or if you want to say you don't know anything, you could say, Dakuni sloyayeshni. Dakuni sloyayeshni. Dakuni sloyayeshni. Or if you want to talk about another person the same way, you could say, Mary dakuni sloyeshni. Mary dakuni sloyeshni. Mary dakuni sloyeshni. Mary doesn't know anything. You could add something on here, inila, which means quiet. Inila. Inila. Inila dakuni sloyayeshni. Inila dakoni slolyayeshni. Now just be quiet. You don't know anything. Okay, let's try another verb. Ichu. 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 That means to take, to pick up. And ichu is the third person. Okay, to say you took or you picked up, you would say iachu. 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 I took or picked up is iwachu. 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 Okay, you can't use that verb by itself because you're saying you took something and therefore you need some objects to take. And there's so many different nouns that we could work with. Let's try demonstrative pronouns in place of nouns. Okay. He means that. It also means a question, but if you put it in another part of the sentence, it'll mean that. He, that. He ichue. Take that. Remember, we used ye and yo as command endings. In this case, because of the u ending of ichu, then we will use we and wo. He ichue. He ichue. He ichuo for men. He ichuo. Take that. He ichuo. Okay? He is that. If that particular object's a little bit closer to you, next to you, then you would use this. And you use the Lakota term le to indicate that. Le ichue. Le ichue. Le ichue. Or if you want to talk about plural objects, you could say, for those, you would use the Lakota term hena. So if you want to say, take those, you would say, hena ichue. Hena ichue. Hena ichue. Or for men, hena ichuo. Hena ichuo. Okay, that's for those. And if the objects are closer to you, then you would use lena. Lena. Take these. Lena ichue. Lena ichue. For men, lena ichuo. Lena ichuo. Okay, talking to second person. He iachu hai. He iachu hai. Did you take that? He iachu hai. Or for men, he iachu huo. Or you could say le, meaning something that's closer to the speaker. Le iachu hai. And if it's plural, lena iachu hai. Lena iachu hai. Lena iachu hai. Men would say, lena iachu huo. Lena iachu huo. Lena iachu huo. You could add some other things to these sentences, like the ktahe, kte, shne, hena, iwachukteshne, hena, iwachukteshne, hena iachuktahe, hena iachuktahe, hena iachuktahe, wana iwachukte, wana iwachukte. Mary wana hena ichukte. Wana Mary hena ichukte. In Lakota, there are two ways to indicate possession of things. Okay, the first one is you would name the object, the noun. In this case, let us try ogle. Ogle. Ogle can mean coat or a shirt, but more often it means a coat. Ogle. Okay, so you would say tawa after ogle to indicate possession. Ogle tawa ki. Ki is similar to the article the, and it usually marks the topic of a sentence, or it marks the subject. Okay, so ogle tawa. Tawa is third person, meaning does it belong to him or her? Is it hers or his? Ogle tawa. His coat or her coat. Ogle tawa ki iachu hai. Ogle tawa ki iachu hai. Did you take his or her coat? Ogle tawa ki iachu hai. Man would say, Ogle tawa ki iachu huo. Okay, remember that tawa is third person. Second person would be ni tawa, yours. Ogle ni tawa ki iwachu. Ogle ni tawa ki iwachu. I took your coat. Okay, so listen very carefully to where the persons are. Ogle ni tawa. So that's your coat. Iwachu. I took your coat. Okay, and to say my, you would say mi tawa. Mi, M as in mouse. Mi tawa. You name your object first. Ogle mi tawa ki iachu hai. Did you take my coat? Ogle mi tawa ki iachu hai. Okay, you can pretty much attach or modify any object with those possessions. You could say mazaska, money. Mazaska mi tawa ki iachu hai. Hey, did you take my money? Okay, there is, as I mentioned, another way to indicate possession. And they're fairly similar, except in this instance you take a couple of syllables and attach them to the noun. In this case we were using ogle. Okay, what you do is take the mitrawa, meaning my, and just use the mitra in front of the ogle to say my coat. Mitra ogle ki iaju hai. Mitra ogle ki iaju hai. Okay, the same thing with your. That would be nitra. Now those don't mean anything by themselves, but they indicate possession when you put them with a noun. Let us try a different noun. Hampa. Shoes. Hampa. Hampa ni trawa ki iwachu. Hampa ni trawa ki iwachu. I take your shoes. Hampa ni trawa ki iwachu shne. I did not take your shoes. Nahachji hampa ni trawa ki iwachu shne. I didn't take your shoes yet. Or as I said, put nitra in front of the hampa. Nahachji nitra hampa ki iwachu shne. I didn't take your shoes yet. Okay, third person, you just take the tra in front of the noun to make it his or hers. Okay, let's try wijazo with this one. It means a pencil. Wijazo, something to write with. So we take tra and put it in front of wijazo. Mary tra wijazo ki luha hai. Remember, luha means you have. Mary tra wijazo ki luha hai. Do you have Mary's pencil? Mary tra wijazo ki bluha shne. Bluha shne. I do not have. Mary tra wijazo. I do not have Mary's pencil. Okay, let's work with color. Instead of working them into a sentence at this point, I will give you the English and then the Lakota and the repetition drills. In later lessons, we will work the colors into the Lakota syntax. Okay, white is ska, ska, ska. Red, sha, 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 sha. Yellow is z, 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 z. Blue is tho, 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 tho. Brown is ri, 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 ri. Black is saba, 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 saba. Gray, chota, 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 chota. Okay, now let's try the numbers. 1, 1G, 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 2 is Nupa. 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 3 is Yamini. 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 4 is Dopa. 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 Okay, let's try those in sequence. Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa. Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa. 5 is Zapta. 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 So up to there in sequence. Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta. 6. Shakpe. 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 Let's try up to 6. Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe. 7 is Shakoi. 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 Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe, Shakoi. 8. Shagloha. 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 Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe, Shakoi, Shagloha. 9 is Napchionka. 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 Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe, Shakoi, Shagloha, Napchionka. 10 is Wikjemina. 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 Waji, Nupa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe, Shakoi, Shagloha, Napchionka, Wikjemina. Okay, usually or formally 11 would be 110 plus 1, which would be Wikjemina, which means 10. Waji, 1. 10, 1. Ake means additionally. Waji. But most people shortcut in the teens and just say, instead of saying 110, they say Ake Waji. Ake Nupa, 12. Ake Yamini, 13. Ake Dopa. Ake Zapta. Ake shakbe, 16. Ake shakawe, 17. Ake shagloha, 18. Ake namchiuke. And finally 20 is 2 tens. Wikjemna nupa. Okay, to say 21 would be Wikjemna nupa ake wanshi. Wikjemna nupa ake nupa. Wikjemna nupa ake yamani. Wikjemna nupa ake topa. Wikjemna nupa ake zapta. Wikjemna nupa ake shakpe. Wikjemna nupa ake shakawe. 27. Let's try 31. Wikjemna yamani ake wanshi. Let's try 46. Wikjemna dopa ake shakpe. 52. Wikjemna zapta ake nupa. 79. Wikjemna shakawe ake namchiuka. Okay. 95. Wikjemna namchiuka ake zapta. Okay, that should help you with your numbers clear up to 99, which would be Wikjemna nampchiuka ake nampchiuka. 99. 100 is opawinche. Opawinche. Okay, now let's take a look quickly at some animals. Let's start with the bear. Matro. 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 The cat is Igmo. 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 Dog is Shunka. 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 Bird, Zintkala. 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 Let's add some color to the animals we've covered so far. Matrohi. Matrohi. The brown bear. Igmuska. Igmuska. Okay, let's try something a little different with Shunka. Dog. Shunka Galeshka. Shunka Galeshka. Galeshka is spotted. Shunka Galeshka. Zintkala Z. The yellow bird. Zintkala Z. Zintkala Z. Okay, the word for snake is Zuzecha. 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 Snake. Let's put some color to that one with Chota. Chota, meaning gray. Zuzecha Chota. Zuzecha Chota. The gray snake. Okay. Okay, deer is tarja. 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 The elk is hechaka. 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 The horse is shunkawakan. 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 The sheep is 2 words. Tarja, meaning deer. Shunkala, meaning a little dog. Tarja shunkala. Tarja shunkala. Okay, Lakota word for pig is kukusha. 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 Fish is hoha. 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 Okay, let's talk about some more weather terms. Okay, we so far had osni, which means the weather, the temperature is cold. And we have okate, meaning it's hot. And you can always use lila in front of these. Okay, to say it's stormy, you can say oshijeja. 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 Okay, for being hot outside we had okate. But if it's also humid and very sultry, then you can say oluluda. 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 Okay, if it's cold outside we say osni. But if it's cold inside of the building or inside of the house, then we say ti. If you recognize ti as to live or to dwell, ti osni, meaning it's cold inside the house. Ti osni. Ti osni. It's hot inside is ti okate. Ti okate. Ti okate. And again, to indicate it's humid and sultry inside the house, then you would say ti oluluda. Ti oluluda. Ti oluluda. To indicate that it is raining outside or it has rained is maraju. 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 Okay, you can also use shni or kte with these. Shni to indicate it's not this way, and kte to indicate that it is going to be this way, but it isn't right now. For instance, if I wanted to say it's going to be cold, I would say osnikte. Osnikte. Or if I want to say it's not cold, I would say osnishne. Osnishne. To talk about rain, we can say marajukte. It's going to rain. Marajukte. Or I could say Mahajukde Shni. It's not going to rain. Mahajukde Shni. Mahajushni. It's not raining. Mahajushni. Mahaju is a general term to indicate that it's raining, but you can also be very specific and tell how it's raining. Okay, first you can say it's sprinkling. Not much rain, just a little bit. And you use this Lakota term, Manish Eshe. Manish Eshe. Mani meaning water, Sh'e meaning drip. And when you say it twice, you indicate that there's more than one drop. Manish Eshe. Manish Eshe. Okay, to indicate that it's doing a little bit more than sprinkling, it's actually drizzling outside, then you would say Maniwoza. 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 And actually Maniwoza means water, and woza is to hurt, like with something like BB pelts or raindrops or something that is hitting and hurting with forcefulness. Maniwoza. And that actually means it's drizzling hard. Okay, to say it is snowing, you would say Ichamana. 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 To talk about a blizzard, you would say Iwoblu. 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 Okay, to talk about Ichamana means it's snowing. This also means it's snowing. However, you could break this down a little bit to understand how the word originated. Wa is snow. He means it's falling down, it's coming down. He. Wa he. The snow is falling down. Okay? To say it is hailing, then you would say the wasu is coming down or falling down. Wasu he. Wa, remember, means snow. Su means seed. The snow seed is falling down. It's hailing. Okay, to tell somebody it's windy, you would say lila tchate. That lila means very. Lila tchate. Tchate means it's windy. Okay, to talk about a very big, strong wind, close to a tornado, it blows things around, you would say tchate tchanka. Tchanka meaning big. Tchate tchanka. Tchate osni is also combined tchatosni to mean that the wind is blowing cold. Tchatosni. Okay, to tell somebody that it's cloudy, then you would say machpia. Lila machpia. Lila machpia. Machpia can also mean a noun, a cloud. Okay, and here's some other weather terms. Wakia agli. Wakia basically means like a thunderbird. Ugly is they come back, or they have come back, they have returned. So when you see big thunderclouds coming real close, they always say, Wakia ugly. Wakia ugly. Wakia ugly. Now if somebody says, Wakia duwampi. Wakia duwampi. Wakia duwampi. And that means that these birds are opening their eyes, and that indicates lightning. Okay, to indicate thunder, then again you would use wakia hotrompe. Wakia hotrompe. Wakia hotrompe. Okay, here are some short phrases that might be useful to you. Yushnashniya, which means don't drop it. Yushnashniya. Yushnashniya. Men would say Yushnashniyo. 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 Okay, and to say I can't, then you would say Oakihishne. Whatever it is you're talking about. Oakihishne. 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 Okay, to tell somebody to cook, you would say this. Lo ich aya. Lo ich aya. Lo ich aya. Lo ich aya. Men would say Lo ich ayo. Lo ich ayo. Wana lo ich ayo. Okay, another one that you might find useful is remember that word le, meaning this, and objetron, meaning to buy. Le objetron ya. Le objetron ya. Buy this. Purchase this. Le objetron ya. And man would say le objetron yo. Le objetron yo. Okay, to tell somebody to listen, you would say Ana ropdan ya. Listen. Listen to something. Ana ropdan ya. Ana ropdan ya. Men would say Ana ropdan yo. Ana ropdan yo. Okay, and one final phrase that you might find useful is I do not understand you. Ochicha chnire shne. Ochicha chnire shne. Ochicha chnire shne. Ochicha chnire shne. And that concludes this series. Thank you.